Yo, yo, my sovereigns, what up? This is Boba Fett, uncensored on the internet, with episode 30 of Splinterlands 101. Joining me once again, co-host of the show, finest gentleman who ever lived, Matt Clark.
Hi, everyone.
Here's Matt Clark. He's one of the finest gentlemen that ever lived.
The
Hello.
Geo of the Geotrix.
Hello, hello.
And our guest tonight, interesting backstory. We've always had, well, not always, I'm generalizing. We have some synchronistic, coincidental sort of links with our guests. If you watched previous episodes, you know what I mean. And a few episodes back, our guest on the show was Lum, and he came on and talked about his strategy newsletter and showed us he was well qualified to do so by thrashing us all in battles. And recently, Geo and myself have both joined his guild. And in that process of looking up, I saw who was running that guild. And it was like, oh, wow. Mick Veer, the leader of Earn, was like way back in the early OG days of the Steam blockchain. We were like regularly interacting, and we did a video together back then. So I saw that and I thought, wow, we've got to get Mick on the show. So Mick, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
So we usually start off just to find out how you got here. Some of our guests have ended up on Splinterlands. They've come straight to Splinterlands from an NFT or gaming background. Some have come from a crypto background into this, and others have just stumbled their way onto the blockchain. It's their introduction to crypto, and it's a growing journey there. So how did you end up here on Splinterlands? What was that journey for you, Mick?
Yeah, so my journey started like 3-4 years ago. I can't remember even now. So a while back, and a friend just told me about Bitcoin, and he was talking about altcoins and stuff, and I had no idea, like most people at the start. And yeah, just found Steam at the time. He said, "Oh, just go do your blogging and vlogging on this, and you can earn money instead of going on Facebook and that." I'm like, okay, give it a go. And never really thought it would do anything at the time. It was just like, I'll just have a look and see what it is. And yeah, ever since, just was on Steam when it had issues, and we split away with Justin Sun, sorry, co-founder, the founder of Tron. He went and bought like a large market share, as well as taking over the Steam company. So yeah, that all went south, and we jumped ship and created Hive, and we went on from there. Splinterlands, of course, started out as Steam Monsters, as you'd know, and it took its original name from obviously Steam blockchain. And yeah, I started playing that back when you couldn't even play it. I had cards then, like
just collectibles.
If you were there, yeah, when we first bought the first decks, anyone that was back that far, you'd know you couldn't play them. It was just you were buying the cards. So yeah,
Just buying pictures. They didn't have abilities or mana or any of that. It's just a picture of stuff.
Yeah, definitely. It was just like buying the NFTs now, like the artwork and that. And now,
April
of course, we can play them.
April 2018, your account was registered. Mick Veer.
Yep.
That would be for everyone though on Hive. We all would have been when Hive was created.
Well, no. So this Hive Blocks goes back to previously back on Steam. So
okay,
yeah, because that's 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The last couple of years has just been such a blur with all the crap we've had to endure and stuff. I thought the Steam people who came across the Hive, I thought we'd all have the same birthday of that hard fork date. I didn't realize it sort of goes back.
No, it goes all the way back to when you registered. This is on hiveblocks.com, so you can see your recovery account's still Steam. Me too.
I
Yeah,
don't actually
don't
know
lose
how
your
to
keys.
change that. Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I tried to actually change it using Peak D, and both on Hive blog as well. And both
Yep.
times it wouldn't let me change it actually. So I'm not 100% sure how to change it because I was
Last
going
I
to put it to
Bitbank.
another person.
Yeah.
So after we finish recording in the Hive Australia, Bitbank, he's the go-to for like that sort of tech. Just tag him and he'll. If he doesn't know, we're in trouble. Yeah. So you started playing Steam Monsters and then came across into. I mean, back then, like when the cards first came out and they were just pictures, as you said, NFTs. NFT wasn't even a term then, was it? Like
No, it
so
was
far
nothing.
ahead
It
of the
was,
curve. Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't even mentioned as being an NFT at that time. I don't think. It wasn't till later. I think when Ethereum started making NFTs, that we jumped on board and we were like, yeah, hey, wait a minute, we've been doing this for over a year now.
Yeah.
You're not the only ones, but yeah.
Is it possible that Steam Monsters or Splinterlands now could have been the first actual NFT?
I wouldn't be surprised because even like I've done a lot of just personal marketing, like trying to throw Splinterland's name out there, as well as other games on Hive because I'm been pushing Hive. And I used to look at like the rating for Splinterlands or Steam Monsters as it was back then, and it was nearly always the #1 game on any D app you looked on. But no one would go, oh, you know, Splinterlands is the #1 game for crypto. Like people would still go Axie Affinity, even though it would be ranked higher than them. So it wouldn't surprise me if we were, because it seems like Splinterlands just kind of flew under the radar because people didn't really take Steam and Hive seriously. Yeah.
It's just tribalism, right? If it's not on Ethereum, then it doesn't matter. You look at Gods Unchained. I mean, do they even have a game? Are they doing anything? And yet people just throw bags of money at them because they're on Ethereum. So
yeah.
Well, if it's on Ethereum, you wouldn't be able to afford to have a game. Just think of the gas fees every time you want to have a battle.
And look, Gods Unchained, they're a couple of lads from Sydney, decent fellas by all accounts. But I mean, they're saying we got to build where the money is, and we're saying, well, let's build where you can actually build a decent game. So I guess we'll see where we all end up. But I mean, it's good that there's competition in this space. There's certainly room for 2 trading card games in the crypto world. But yeah.
Well,
and,
could one?
Gotcha.
I was just wondering, Splinterlands could, let's say, move the game over to another chain, right? Is that impossible, or?
I believe that is possible. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they're locked down, right, to like one ecosystem. If someone really wanted to, they could probably, do that.
Well, I think
I couldn't.
Go on,
Yeah,
Mick.
sorry, I couldn't see, at least at this point in time,
The point.
them wanting to, or a point for argument's sake. If it in the future was beneficial to Splinterlands to move, say something happened to Hive, definitely I can't see any reason for it not, because it uses, like, it latches on to Hive blockchain. The actual gameplay is off blockchain. That makes sense.
So like
And
a DApp is just like a chip. You can just pull it out and stick it on another motherboard, the motherboard being a blockchain. So that's the way a DApp actually works. But like, it'd be hard pressed to find another platform to plug the game into that's as efficient as Hive, and with and the reason aggro got off to such a good start so quickly, because he already had the community as well with the PAL network. So yeah, technically unplug it, plug it into another blockchain, but these guys chose Hive for a good reason. And like Matt was just saying, like with an Ethereum based game, where we don't have to put up with those gas fees and where's it going to go? And we've already experienced with that hard fork from Steam, hostile takeovers or whatever long, the community, the witnesses says, no, we're not having anything to do with this. Boom. So yeah, I think we're definitely on the winner with Hive, but the actual DApp itself is something that plugs into a blockchain. So it could go elsewhere if it wanted to or needed to. Yeah.
I guess ultimately, the Splinterlands guys, it's come up from time to time, and the devs have said, first off, blockchains are difficult to build and maintain, and they'd rather outsource that to the guys who are doing it. And secondly, if they were to run their own blockchain and say, right, this is the Splinterlands blockchain, there'd be no point in having a blockchain, right? Just be a centralized business. The whole point of putting it on a chain is that they're not in charge of it, right? So they want to distance themselves and remove themselves. That's why the SPS governance token became a thing. It's why they're pushing towards the DAO governance. And so I think we've got this real nice synchronicity at the moment, a symbiotic relationship. So Splinterlands is doing great things for Hive, and Hive is obviously a great blockchain for Splinterlands to live on. Matt, I don't know about Aggroed, but I know Yabba's top 20 witness and fairly convincingly there. So he's sort of, that go-between. But I don't see Hive making any changes that would be problematic for Splinterlands enough that Splinterlands would then want to move, right? Because obviously Splinterlands is a huge asset to the Hive blockchain. And likewise, I can't see Splinterlands sort of deciding that they want to move in a different direction, because Hive is everything that they need in a chain. So it kind of works. It's the idea of moving to a different chain or starting our own is kind of it's a solution
And
looking for a reason,
Yeah.
Exactly. And like, what was it? You touched on it. I had it, now I lost it.
Something to do with Ethereum?
They just stay, like you said, Hive's like perfect. And they have said before, several times, I believe, that they don't want to run a blockchain. So, makes perfect sense to stay on Hive, like in my opinion anyway. No gas fees. If you talk to gamers over on Ethereum and other blockchains like I have, the first thing they complain about is gas fees. And we don't have that. And to a certain degree, they can't even believe like that we don't have gas fees. That's how they just think that's how it is. Yeah.
So good luck to them, and wish them a lot of success, because if they grow success and they reach a huge area of the marketplace, then that's a gateway for them to then discover us. So competition can never be a bad thing.
Yeah.
So how long have you been running the guild now, Mick?
Good question. Fair while. So how I originally went around setting it up, I was playing a game. See if I can remember it. There's a space game called
Colony. Next Colony.
I'm not going to remember. No, it wasn't Next Colony. It was one
Alien
before
Worlds?
that.
Huh?
It was before that on the Steam blockchain.
Oh, okay, no idea. Way before
XO.
my time.
Steam Nova. It was.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it was.
All right.
So I was playing that, and I think I raided Eco Instant. And then he asked if I wanted to join up with him, and that's how I got to know him. And then he created Earn, which was at the time it was just a Discord group, and the guild over there on Steam Nova. Then I said, hey, I play Splinterlands, why don't we start up a Splinterlands guild? And he goes, well, you want to start one, I'll just jump over. And so I started the guild over there and been there ever since. I think we do have like 3 guilds, but really only the main guild's up and running now. I think we started 2 others after around the time of land sale and that, when it got really popular and people were screaming for guilds. So we just, you know, did a couple extra guilds and tried to get some extra members, but a lot of the people jumped in on the hype and then for whatever reason just decided to stop playing. So it became hard to, you know, manage 3 guilds with players that weren't really interested. And I kind of just moved over the ones that were over to the main guild. So yeah, I'd say ever since guilds come out, probably not long after that, that we actually started it. Yeah.
All right. And what was your motive, like as a guild leader, what's your main direction? And it's because running a guild is not easy work. You know, it's not something you do, let's start a guild. It's takes a fair bit of time, commitment, and resources. What was your main motivation behind that?
Yeah, so my main motivation was just to have a group that could come together, and you know, we played together, and we could build each other up. That was the main goal at the start, and I mean it still is. So if you talk to the members and that, like, they'll say how over time we've helped them out. I think it was probably about 6 months ago, I think it was, we introduced a DEC fee per season. Originally, we didn't want to have that because we just wanted everyone to come together and kind of, you know, benefit from being in a group. But over time, like you say, it cost a lot of money and resources to build that group up. And I found it was mainly myself, Eco Instant, that were putting in the money, and then everyone else was just sitting there, you know, playing their games, earning the DSC, getting their rewards cards, but they weren't really contributing to get the guild up higher. Hence, we decided to put in a small fee, and that fee just goes to benefit everyone as a whole, because then, you know, it's not, doesn't fall on 1 or 2 to keep, you know, building that new arena or building the
gravy
new shop. Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
and it's worked good so far. We've had a couple of questions when someone hasn't paid or something, and you know, you have to deal with that, because obviously if you're going to say there's a fee, then everyone needs to pull their weight. It's not really a fun part of the job, but I mean, it has to be done. So if they want to get the DEC benefits, well, you know,
Yeah.
toe the line, I guess.
What's
I've got to
fair is
admit
fair.
that 9% store discount was pretty sweet. Yeah, and
Yeah.
the benefits from brawling, merit bonuses. Yeah, I mean,
Good
if you
always
want to
does.
be in a guild that's getting that kind of returns and rewards, why wouldn't you want to give back? So, yeah.
Well, I believe if memory serves me correctly, I think it was 10,000 DEC they were asking per member back at when guilds first come out. For the higher guilds now, that would be like Gods on was it, what's it called?
Immortal
Run
Gods?
Immortal Gods. Yeah,
Immortal gods, yeah.
yeah. So they were asking like 10k DEC per season, or I think it was just a one-off 10,000. I'm not sure if there was more after that. I can't remember rightly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely a 10,000 up front just to get in. Yeah.
Can you pinpoint, I guess, the moment when the rot set in and you guys really started spiraling to the point where these 2 handsome devils seemed like a good idea as members?
Oh dear. When was it? It was like a week ago, I believe.
2 brawls back, because we got in just
Yeah.
in time for the previous
no.
brawl.
So
I
2
believe,
weeks.
I believe I found them begging at the door.
Quite literally.
Please let me in. We'd have them any day. been great fun since they've jumped in. So
Yeah, I remember when I saw your name now, I thought, because I still wasn't sure. So I just looked up your latest post and I just commented on it. I said, "Are you the same Mick Fear that I used to know?" Sort of thing. And I thought, maybe he's on Discord. So then I went to DM you on Discord, and then that's when I saw our chat history back from the VPN DTube
yeah.
days. I was like, it is that Mick. So yeah, it's Geo, because we were both looking for guild at the same time. Geo, I know this guy. Let's
Yeah.
and it's the same guild as Lum, who we thought was an awesome guy. It just seemed perfect to me. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. And he told me, like, Gio, I think I know this, the leader of this guild. I'm like, no, you don't. Come on. What are the chances?
Yeah.
Yeah, it turns out it was.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
So
small
do
world,
you-
small world.
Do you know Matt Clark back from the Team Australia days on Discord? Because Matt's always been
No.
active on Discord.
I wasn't that active. I think I threw some messages out here and there, but I think be a few years ago now, at least 2, maybe 3 years ago, Bear One held a meeting group Christmas over at her place over in the Blue Mountains there, and I almost went to that. I
remember
was talking
that
to her, and
now.
I'm like,
Completely
I'm
forgot.
gonna
Yep.
come, and I like pulled out last minute. I'm like, I'm so sorry, I can't come. It just wasn't the right time for me at that time, unfortunately. But yeah, that was probably the closest I went to meeting up to people from.
So I was there for
community.
that. I was there for
Right.
that. Shidon and I from Adelaide, we flew over,
Yes, sure.
rented a car, and we rented a Airbnb. So Chugel was there, a couple of others escaped me now. But yeah, so we just hung out and chilled out in the Blue Mountains and spent a lot of time just getting to know people. And Travel Girl was there. She's working for Splinterlands now.
You're right.
There's quite a few more. I'm caught on the hop, or I would have had a list of names ready. But yeah, that was good fun times. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember when Discord was hot with that, and I'd totally forgotten about that event. But back then, I didn't even know that was Bear One. But I remember people trying to get together and organise Airbnbs and places to stay. And Katoomba, beautiful place. I've actually, my band back in the 2011 actually played at the Gearans Hotel in Katoomba, which is owned by that Aussie actor, Breaker Morant.
Mel Gibson.
No. Famous Aussie actor,
Oh,
Jack someone?
Thompson. Jack Thompson.
Thompson? Yeah,
I think he was in Breaker Morant.
yeah. He owns the Gearans Hotel.
I'm thinking of Gallipolis, Mel Gibson. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we played there, and also at the Lasso Gowrie in Newcastle, which is where Silverchair first sort of got started. Anyone watching this who's not from Australia, you won't know any of that.
From Australia, and I still don't know any of that.
Yeah. Well, Silverchair were 15 when they all got together and started doing concerts and getting airplay on Triple J. So yeah, before your time, Geo, for sure there.
Sure, like everything.
They're
like
definitely not
Silverchair,
15 anymore.
Yeah, I like Silverchair, but if we're talking the best thing to come out of Newcastle, I think Jennifer Hawkins probably gets my vote.
Especially back in the day.
Back in the days as Geo, yeah.
Yeah. When I was, that little prepubescent kid looking through the magazines. Oh, what's this? I remember.
101 up late. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, I remember. Never forget.
Never forget. Maybe like a goldfish, never forget.
only, I have a memory card of, I don't know, 512. I don't know,
megabytes, yeah.
Yeah, if that.
Actually, my first hard drive was 540 megabytes on a 486. back in the day.
Oh, that is so small now. Pardon the pun.
Microsoft Office came on like, I think it was like 15 floppy disks, and you had to like keep loading them one
I
after the
remember
other
that.
to install Office. Yeah, it was Windows 3.11 and DOS 6.22.
You
And
know, I'd
everything.
forgotten about that. Thank you for reminding me about that. Alright.
So you'd know GeoCities as well then?
Uh,
It was like the first
Yeah.
free web hosting type thing. You
yeah,
had some,
I don't remember that.
that
I
was,
was mainly playing just. I touched on computing, and then I was mainly into like console at the time.
okay.
And then it wasn't until later that I got onto computing and preferred that as a platform.
Yeah, I've never used a console. Never. What about you, Gio? Were you always a PC
Um,
gamer? Or
No, I wasn't. I had the PS2, you know, like all the kids in my time, PS2, PS3, Nintendo 64, the Cube or whatever you call it. The PlayStation 1, I remember that. I did have a Windows 98 machine, but and I used to play the McGrath off-road driving game or whatever, but I
Yeah.
had no steering wheel, so I had to use you know, the
WSD?
keyboard.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
yeah,
Even like the arrow keys, right? But yeah, no, look, I think 2010 or 2009, I built my own computer, and then that's when I got into, well, where I am now on this, you know. So
yeah.
yeah, and I never turned back. I mean, I do own a console now, but it never sees the day of light. An Xbox One. I have it because it was cheap, but what's the point? Like, I don't
Yeah.
use it.
Yeah. What about you, Matt? Did you get into console or
I
PC?
I have Xbox One because I have kids.
Hmm.
I play way too much Terraria. They're disgusted. It's like 2D Minecraft.
Yeah.
They're disgusted because I only play hardcore. That's a throwback to our days back when, you know, when you're dead, right? So that to me is video gaming. And these guys are, oh, I died, I'll just respawn in the same spot, grab all my gear. No. When I lose a character, I lose 20, 30 hours worth of building that character because he's run around, collected all the gear, literally 20 hours. And then I go in the wrong room, step on the wrong pressure plate, boom, I sit there and collect my thoughts for a while. And then maybe a day or two later, I'll start another character and away we go again. And the kids, that drives them insane, right? Because that to them, but I'm like, the intensity of this experience is just nuts. Like this is real, like that's gripping, right? You go into the wrong room with the wrong gear and meet the wrong guy, your heart's in your throat. So that's, yeah, I do a bit of Xbox. I still have thumb calluses from the Nintendo Super Nintendo Street Fighter 2 Hyper Edition. A lot of Dragon Balls and uppercuts and the like. But so yeah, plenty of console, plenty of PC for me over the years. My 20s were spent playing Diablo 2 on a rickety old PC. So yeah, gaming and I go way back, and I love that I can now be a productive gamer, and that I'm building something
Yes.
Absolutely.
that isn't just wasting my time, and I
Yeah.
can be a good dad and also relax and play games at the same time.
Absolutely.
The next generation of gaming, play to earn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually remember I was living in Perth at the time, and I went to the Electronics Expo at the Perth Entertainment Centre for the release of Space Invaders. They had like a whole bunch of Space Invader machines that you could play for free at the expo. And it was novel because it was the first time you could play a game where they would shoot back. Because before then it was like a cassette deck save and load a cartridge into a keyboard, plug into your TV set to have two bats and a ball go ping, ping, ping. And that was video gaming. So Space Invaders was revolutionary at the time. Yeah.
And
And-
I used to play Sega, and I totally get the whole,
Another one.
yeah, the
Cassette
whole
thing.
the dying bit. Like I remember you'd sit there and you just play, and there was no save feature. If you turned it off, that was it. It was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even like getting above that to the point where you could then save your game onto a cassette deck with a cassette tape, and then you're 7 out of 10 times, like it's gone. And you go back, you get your cassette, because it was like a fax. So going to the game on an audio cassette, and yeah, it wouldn't work more times than it would work. So you'd have to start again, even though you had saved it. With the gaming side of things, and sort of getting a bit on back to the Splinterlands, Mick, where do you play at in the leagues at the moment? What's your home ground on the focuses and leagues?
Mainly gold, and water's like my go-to splinter. Always has been. I don't know, ever since first started, had good cards with water. I think a lot of people, I think, originally liked life and death from memory. I think they were like the original meta.
Yeah.
But I just built my water deck over time, and I just always go back to it.
So Alric with the +1.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I like it when you get a decent sort of mana. And because now with that Jean Oceanus, you can actually put him in the tank position and just stack up with 2s and 3s and Alric's +1 and just bang, 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 bang. And you know, you win like three, 4 in a row, and then you come across someone with a debuff, and they've got silence, and they've got void on go-ahead cards. And then I shared a link in the Discord before. It was Silent Summoners, and I still use Malric because he's still my highest level summoner. Like my Kayla is only level 3, I think, at the moment. Yeah. So I still used him. So I lost the +1, and then I had a debuff, I had silence, and everyone was on void. And the whole game, I was just, my damage was just 0, 0, 0, 0.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, so it's good though that there is a counter to, no, there's no one winning formula.
Yeah, no, there definitely isn't. I tried playing like on just an alt with just, you know, a few cards down in the bronze league and that. And you know, you come up against a lot of players, they just play the same generic thing. And so I was just like building teams that would combat, like Time Mage is getting played a lot now.
Yes.
And yeah, if you can build a team to just combat that, you win 50% of your battles.
Yeah. Because Time Mage has got slow as well, yeah?
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
Magic and slow, I think at level 1 it's only one hit, so yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same small manner.
Our last guest actually only plays bronze in the leagues, but he likes to get into like the top 20 on the leaderboard. And so he showed us his skills. We all battled in it at the bronze level. We all got our ass kicked. Because, you know, especially even like near the start of each season when you get knocked back a level. And I made a couple of classic mistakes when I was battling him, and I put my cursed Windica up the front. Then all of a sudden I realized, oh, he hasn't got heal. You know, it's like, but when you lose, it's like losing limbs when you get dropped back that initial one. So
that was a unicorn, wasn't it? A sacred unicorn killed you in that match, Bob?
I just got smashed by everything, I think.
Yeah. Memory, yeah.
Yeah. So it's playing bronze is a whole skill set, all of its own. Yeah, absolutely.
I like the water too, Mick. I struggle. I got a Kraken and a couple of other real high mana water cards, and I thought, well, I might make water my go-to for high mana matches, unlimited mana matches.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I've been, you know, like I picked up a Narissa the other day. She's an absolute beast. You know, those ones that don't have any abilities, I really enjoy them in Back to Basics because you're getting your money's worth, right? You're not losing anything.
exactly.
They're already, they're already
Basic.
balanced for not having abilities. Orca, battle orcas are similar. But my problem is I never picked up a Lear Deep Swimmer. So I've only got my 3 mana summoner, and it's unlimited mana matches, and I've got all these massive monsters, but I don't have any like 7 mana heavy hitting summoners that gives them 3 benefits.
Yep.
I've just got the +1 to magic from Alric. So I'm really looking forward to our new legendary airdropped water summoner, because I'm doing great things with Wrath now, because I had the same thing with the life team, with Tyrus. I only ever had a level 1 Chancius or something, but in Champion you're never going to look at him, right? Or in Diamond you're never going to look at him. So really looking forward to maxing out a 6 mana water summoner that can actually make some real use of my high mana water cards.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because what league are you playing? Are you playing Gold League?
Diamond Champion. So yeah.
You're Diamond Champion, so you need kind of a maxed out one anyway.
Exactly. Yeah, and I've got enough packs that normally in the airdrop I'll get enough, or I might have to buy 1 or 2 to get him to max, which is great because it's obviously it's a fairly decent hit to the hip pocket if you're buying them all to get to max every time. But yeah, I just the waiting game now. So that and the fire as well. Only having Malric. I'm loving. Earth. I got a llama, and I just use him to death. So I really enjoy having that high mana summoner as well. So good to have the options there.
Yeah, for sure.
So anyone here playing in which format? Wild or modern?
Wild.
You guys are all playing wild. Now I'm the only one playing modern. Okay.
Actually, I've got a question.
I was thinking, Hey,
go on, Mick.
Yeah, I was thinking at the start, like, because I didn't read any of the posts coming out, if you'd get like separate rewards for each, but from what I can gather, it's because you got the chests, it'll just stack at the end of the season. You get you get. Yeah. So I was like, do I play modern and wild and try to get up? And I'm like, nah, it's too much time. And
you're an OG player.
I've got the old
cards.
Yeah, I've got the old cards, so for me it's easier to win battles playing in wild, whereas a newer player coming in, which is really good, I think, if they're coming in and they're just playing the modern battles, they don't have to worry about those old cards. Like they don't have to worry about the fact that I've got a level 6 sea monster. They don't have to take that account when they're building their deck. So
I'll tell you now though, I've noticed the competition in Gold 1 modern, I shit you not, it's up there. The hardest continuous sort of confrontations with opponents who are worthy in that league I've come across. It's harder than wild, in my opinion. It's real difficult. Like everyone's in a guild, there's less bots, I believe, although there are bots now. I've seen them, but in the first day or two in Gold 1, in that format, no bots. It was just player to player, man. It was real cool, and it made me feel like, okay, I guess it squashes the idea of needing bots to keep in the game to run and to verse people, to keep it to function, to have the battles. It's not necessary, I find. I
think I mentioned to someone the other day, like ages back when was still building up player base, the bots, even though no one likes bots, they kind of were beneficial because there was always battles going.
Absolutely.
So you weren't jumping on and going, oh my God, I can't get a battle.
5 minutes later.
Yeah. So that it kind of worked. But like you say, we're at that stage now where they're not needed. Like there's enough player base there that we can, get games anyway. So,
and that's even with the split of the formats, right? I still managed to find games relatively quickly. Sure, sometimes you wait a little longer than if you were in wild with the bots, but you get me, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
I just think of the nightmare. Like whenever somebody's talking about bots and we're getting bitchy about it, I always think, imagine if the very first computer virus was written today. If we'd never had them, we just got computers and programs, and they've all been, exactly what everybody wanted. They've been deliberately coded by good people, and then one bad actor somewhere today wrote the world's very first virus, and what that would do. What that would do, right? Same with botting, right? So if we kept the bots away for the first 10 years of the game, and then someone arrived and went, let's start botting, they would destroy so
Everything.
much. The game has to grow up with the bots, the same as computers had to grow up with viruses.
Absolutely.
Because otherwise, you're just not accepting the reality of the situation. If you want to, I've got feelings, so my feelings should matter. They really don't. There's what's true. Get used to it. That's my sort of take on it.
If you play enough online games, you know that bots are just part and parcel. Like every online game out there is combating bots in some way, and they still write a code and get through somehow. It's a continual process that you just got to keep going over.
Yes, Bob?
It's just Matt brought the analogy there of the viruses. I was wondering, did you know that Bill Gates did actually write the first computer virus?
No.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, in university, he actually shut down the whole university's mainframe with a code that he'd written as a test, and which was technically the first virus. And then, of course, he goes on making millions, billions with antivirus software.
I agree, because the bots help an ecosystem to evolve in new ways, in faster, more efficient ways. And if you're wiping them out completely, well, you're not going to get that the onboarding to learn new ways how to deal with them and also still have them around. That help with automation as well as, and all that. So I feel like if they really seriously get this right with the whole economy thing and all that, which I reckon they will eventually, and still allow bots, I reckon it will be the best of both worlds and a perfect harmony, Yeah, and I think what their deal with the issue most having now, it's more with like the bot farms, massive amounts of bot farms that are taking a lot of rewards and whatever else from the lower leagues. You start up a $10 spellbook, and if you have multiple thousands of those, and then it's just like you can really reap up the rewards that way. But I think that's what they're trying to nullify or not stop completely, because you can't, but to lesser the impact that might have on the longevity of the game, I think.
I had a really interesting observation not long ago, just before we started the show. Have you guys seen the one pager going around of all the new focuses?
Yes, I dropped it into the 101 server. Screen print.
Maybe throw it up at this point, Bob, so the viewers can see.
Okay.
Something I noticed is a lot of these are based on abilities, right? Use shadow, use what have you, and a lot of those abilities don't kick in until silver or gold or diamond. I think this is a fantastic anti-botting strategy, because all the bots in bronze, they're playing with cards that don't yet have a whole lot of these abilities, right? So not only have you nerfed the rewards, officially, but also you do this unofficial nerf where, and this is where I'm, I worry about people like Andrew that we spoke to last week, because he only plays in bronze. But then, as you found out with Cursed Wind Echo, when that handsome chap threw Sacred Unicorn, we'll circle back to that. You didn't have heal, right? So you would then not get the focus points for that playing in that league. So I think that's a good little extra bonus to the new focuses. It's not just about entertaining us; it's also about and in Diamond Champion, often you've got 4 or 5 or 6 abilities on the one card. So then you're really stacking those multipliers.
That is excellent.
I think it did say.
Sorry, Bob, go.
Okay. I think it did say in that post that at bronze, like there's going to be lesser of those abilities, and the new system will kick in as you advance through the leagues. Yeah.
Well, I think that's cool. No, go. Go. I'll wait after you.
They also, there was a post a couple of days ago where they were talking about the last AMA. So I love them posts because they kind of break up the AMA, so you don't have to watch the hour or whatever it was. And one of the things they're looking at bringing in is when you drop below 50%
ECR.
ECR.
I caught that. I heard Matt talking about it. Yep.
So
It drops by 5% more from 50 to 0.
Exactly. So that'll be like combined with the whole the abilities thing. I think that's gonna, weed a lot of the bots out there. So
I've
at
actually
least hurt their pocket.
Found a sweet spot at the moment with my focus. I've got my focus renewing in the early afternoon. So, because on my main account, I am able to the point. I mean, I've got, I think, 47 gold chests already for the end of season without ever getting my ECR below 75%. So, renew my focus about 1:30, I think, at the moment, and then I'll start playing in the evening. So it's crept up a little bit, so I can smash a few games in the evening, get it down to 75, and then it recovers again overnight while I'm sleeping. So I can get up in the morning and play a few more. And depending on the splinter, with my card layout, I'm getting between 12 to 20 focus chests without my ECR going below 75. So pretty happy with that. Which reminds me, a question on the whole modern versus wild. I did have a couple of goes at modern, but I haven't got the deck for it because I'm still hodling my Chaos Legion packs till the end of the airdrop. So I've been playing in wild, but my CP at the moment gets me to gold 1, which is where I want to stop anyway. So I don't want to go into diamond. So I'm good at gold 1, but if I change to modern, I'm good enough for diamond 1. So I can actually be diamond 1 in modern, but gold 1 in wild. And I'm wondering, how's that going to work? Because I'm only playing in wild, but at the end of season, when your next season's focus chests are based on the highest league that you've attained during the season, if I actually checked into modern right before the end of season and just tried a game and suddenly, is that going to register? He's in diamond 1 now. And will I get does anyone know how that's going to work?
I have a feeling I read in the post that they're going to separate it somewhere. Yeah, so that each one will, where you finish at the end of the season, it'll depend on that actual one. So say you finish lower in wild than you did in modern, for example. Wherever you finished in modern, you'll have those chests, and wild you have those. But the end of season 1 will have to be wherever you finished highest, because it'll only be the other one that will fluctuate. So I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure I read something just recently in the last day or so about it. So I'll have to chase that back up.
I'll have a look at that then, yeah.
That makes a lot of sense though.
With my actual progress bar, so because I'm right at the max of gold 1, if I switch to modern, is that going to drop right down because I haven't been playing in modern?
But from what I understand, next season, you'll have 2 different tiers depending on where you finished in each one. From what I understood, if they bring it in next season.
Right.
But I'm not 100% on that. Like that, it was something that I read or maybe saw on AMA or something. But
so at the moment, for my chest, I'm in gold for both end of season and the other. And both in modern and wild, it registers as gold chests.
Yes.
Although in wild, I am currently in silver 1. I did play wild for a little bit, but I was like, what am I doing? I'm in the wrong one. So I hopped
Oh,
over the
let's-
modern and others.
Let's have a
So-
look at this.
And now I'm in, yeah. Wow.
All right, so here I am maxed out on gold 1.
Yep.
My chest. So if I go now to modern. Oh yeah, so I'm only silver 2 in
Mhm.
modern. That's right, yeah.
See,
So
it's
even
already
though,
answered.
yeah, so even though my max tier is diamond 1, I don't have to worry about getting, oh, you finish in diamond, next season you're gonna have to slog through to get diamond
No.
again. So I'm only in silver, yeah, that
Well,
answers that then.
Honestly, I'll give you everything if you can make it to diamond 1 with the cards you have in modern.
I can't,
I honestly will. I will.
this
I will
game, I
bow down.
absolutely got thrashed.
I
I
will
absolutely got, I mean,
bow
look
down
at
to
the
you.
cards I had compared to this guy. I don't have the deck.
You,
I don't have
you,
the deck to play
you can
modern.
see he was discouraged. He played one game and was like, "Yeah, nah, not happening."
It wasn't even like a rage quit type. It was just I recognized because when it came to picking my team, I just didn't have a team to pick from.
Mm.
So, but what we've got 6 days left or something for the airdrop, end of the airdrop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
6
and I've got enough potions to open. I think maybe 10 packs. So, yeah, it's gonna be fun.
We're getting going to get more potions in chests the higher we are too. Yeah, 6
Yes.
days left. So yeah, it'll be merits based on your store level in your guild, and potions based on your league level. So yeah, 6
Yeah.
days left. I with the changes with modern and wild, to be honest, all the changes are coming in thick and fast. For a while, I was really staying on top of it, but to be honest, recently I've just been, you know what, I'll start paying attention again in a month when things have settled down, because things are changing and then they didn't quite work, so they're getting changed again. And I love the pace and the rate of change, don't get me wrong, but it's a little bit too much sometimes. You just kind of go, oh, I'll just let it all settle down and I'm sure she'll
Yeah.
be right, and we'll check in a couple of weeks. So I think
Alrighty.
we'll know more at the end of the season, make more sense.
So on that, shall we pull up some battles? Bit of a tradition on the show, Mick. We do a little, we do a battle and we do a breakdown. Just talk about before we actually play the battle. We talk about the lineup and analyze and get you thinking behind why you chose a team and so forth. So
Yep.
just to give you an idea how that goes, I'll start it off. I'll send Geo one so you can get a feel for what we do. So Geo, it's going to be gold cap because Geo's got, like, he plays sometimes in diamond, but I'm a gold player.
I don't
So-
play diamond anymore.
Okay, all right.
Not since the last reward structure. Before that, the new one switched in. That's when I was playing, because you only needed to win 5 games, right? It's
Yes.
quite easy to win 5 games, but to win consistently in diamond, I was not good for. I
Yeah.
didn't have the cards, and
Yeah,
Yeah. No, that's understandable.
yeah. And I miss the old no neutrals where you only had to win 3 to get chests.
but I like this
You get
because
more
it means,
chests now.
because no, right now I have to be in the league with the cards that I own. It makes sense for me to be at gold, since
Yeah. Are you
that's
gonna
where I'm
accept that?
effective at.
Are you gonna accept that challenge?
I have Bob, and it's just
Okay,
Sure.
yeah, same.
duping around, man. That's what's
I'm
happening.
guessing challenges are all wild. I've just got the screen open and it's there's no
That's
option
correct.
to choose modern or
That's
wild.
correct.
It's all-
Yeah, I don't think there is a.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Um,
cancel and send you another one, mate. Oh,
Yep.
because I'm in modern from doing that thing before. Maybe that was why. So I'll change
You know
back to
what?
wild and now I'll go to
Battle.
challenge.
If
All
that
right,
was
so I
going to
sent,
kill it, the challenge shouldn't have come up, I wouldn't think.
okay,
Boba Fett has cancelled the challenge.
yeah, I've sent you a new one.
Okay. It should work now. I'm gonna blame Linux.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's your dodgy Linux system again. Did you
No.
notice on the last one how slow your battles were playing as well when you were battling Andrew? It was like in slow motion, even though you were on double speed.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Could it been the bandwidth issues, my internet, possibly?
Don't
Or
know.
was everything smooth, but the game was just playing really slow?
It was, no, it
What?
was like, it looked
It
more
seemed
like
like-
a graphics issue than an internet issue. Yeah.
Bob, I have no clue. No clue.
Well, let's
Um,
cancel that. Matt, I'm gonna try sending you one.
Yeah, try
Yeah.
that. See how it
I
goes for him.
accept your challenge. Consider me slapped with a glove. I have a glove. Hang on.
I fart in your general direction.
I have a nice warm glove for the night shift. See, this is a remote slap. Challenge accepted. Throw it down.
All right.
View.
Hang on.
Gold. All cards.
So it's working for you guys.
So far.
No.
I'm
still-
just it's just circling now.
Oh,
there
here we
we
go.
go.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, we're in.
So we've
Okay.
got a mana cap
course.
of 32.
No magic.
Life, water, and dragon. No magic, no armor. I can
This
see
is-
Mick's clock.
This is
The
gonna be
clock's turning.
interesting.
This is the best part because you never get to see people battle, right? And
Yeah.
Bob gives us grief because
The faces.
the Michael
yeah,
Jordan.
The faces.
You know the Michael Jordan tongue. He's got it for the dunk.
I used to do live streams, and I used to get like people could see my reaction to what I was doing, but I couldn't see theirs, obviously.
Yeah. Okay. No armor. Blue 32. Light
Blue
dragon.
32, huh?
Blue 32.
Trying not to reveal too much by doing this, huh, Bob? Trying to cover your mouth.
Well, Matt doesn't have Earth, so I'm happy about that. That's not an option.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
You can almost guarantee he's going to go with the Nectar Queen somewhere. I have a
She's
backup.
great.
Yeah.
He's mad
Insane.
undervalued, that one.
Mm.
Throw in a Medusa there, somewhere, you'll be right. It's stun's way underused, I reckon.
Stun, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially when you got knockout rule set.
Yes.
I
definitely.
always try to add in a stun. Sometimes it doesn't work for me though. Like you know what I'm trying to say, because it's a 50-50
I know.
chance.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Sometimes you just get you're like, oh my gosh, it can't miss every time.
Yeah, you get yeah.
All right, let's
Alright,
bring up to
so-
the screen. There we go.
He's gonna bring up.
Oh, look at Matt. Look, he's won already. Look at him.
Yeah, look at his.
I'm looking at the card levels, and my cards are all maxed out for gold level, and you've your cards aren't. It's not. Yeah,
It's not fair.
I think it's going to be a bit of a. I think it's going to be a bit of a rout, to be honest.
It's gonna be one-sided.
Oh, look at the summoner, would you? Jeez.
I think so. Well, you used Tyrus, and one of the rule sets was no armor.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. You didn't think about that.
No.
Yeah, and Goblin Mech, half the value of him is that he's got
Is the
armor. and
armor.
He doesn't.
Shields, yeah.
Would have brought it
Poor
in with him,
choice,
so-
wasn't it?
Oh, and piercing. What are you
You-
piercing?
But the thing is, though, I can't play Dragon because I've only got a level
Yeah.
2 Selena. So Dragon's out.
Hmm.
And I deliberately didn't choose water because we were just talking about water and Alric. So I thought Matt's going to be preparing for me to play water. So that's why I went with Tyrus. I didn't think about the shield situation.
He was thinking, no magic, so that shield will work real good.
Hey, there's no magic anyway, yeah.
Yeah, even with the Alec though, right?
Uh,
That's a wasted summoner, just like Tyrus is right now. I'm serious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is not going to go well.
Dragon jumper. Oh,
yeah.
Do you want to? Do you want to just?
What-
We'll just skip.
What's this dude healing for each turn?
A lot.
Yeah, he'll be. Well, I mean, I
Three.
don't think he's got any. Nobody's strengthening him, so he'll just be 3.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But he's doing thorns damage.
6 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your heaviest hitter is hitting my last card. So yeah.
All right. We don't have much time on the clock now anyway, so might as well just run it through. But yeah, it's very, very poor life decision on my part.
Anyway,
More of a
after this,
disassembly. More of a
after this
disassembly than
thumping-
a.
Oh, that's a royal flogging right there. That is a royal flogging right there.
you know what?
Did he even get a hit in? I don't
Nah,
think I saw a hit there.
it was just a slaughter. It was a slaughter. That's what you call bringing a knife to a gunfight. Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Who would
shit.
you want to verse now, Mick? If we have time, 6 minutes.
Come
Alright.
on, you and me, since you bring it
All
up.
right.
Yeah.
Let's do
Well,
it.
Isn't yours Linux playing up though, Gio?
I don't think
Did
it's got anything to do with the game, right?
Okay, well try it.
Yeah. What's your in-game name? Sorry, is it the same as your
Nick
user
B,
here?
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Just send me an
Uh,
invite.
Are you gonna send me an invite?
You send
I'll
me
send
one.
you- Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Cool. Cool.
It might work better that way anyway.
Yeah. True. What is your preferred league?
I'm good with gold if you are.
Okay. All cards allowed? No cards allowed. All right. Yeah.
Make
Look. Tell me. if
Make
that
your
works.
choices. Except, let's go.
Hopefully it works. Really hoping. Okay.
It's working now.
Blast and no neutrals.
So Matt, I'm just gonna go with the previous glitch being Gio is just too scared to battle with me. We'll just run with that, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh man. I'm pretty dumbfounded at the moment.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
hope that
don't
this
you
is
love the concentration?
I just hope that this is a decent battle because I've got a funny feeling that something's gonna go wrong with our battle in the editing process.
Hmm.
That could happen. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's all right. I'll leave it as a link in the comment. So, in case.
All right. Let's see. Okay. Look, I've chosen. This is the best that I could come up with.
All right.
So
Love that confidence there, Gio. I've already come to terms
There
with
we
my
go.
fate.
All good.
all right. Now, Bob, if you want to
Should be enabled.
allow okay. I'll do that right now. Where are we? 2 seconds. I can't. Why isn't it opening up? Hold on. Yeah, okay. Share screen. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm not using a 1080 screen. All right. So I have to do a bit more checks and balances here.
Alright.
All right. So how's that?
I reckon I'm going to have to give this one to Gio, and I hate it because I love that. I love that Mick's playing a flesh golem, but I just don't think. I think that Stitch Leech and the scatter shot guy at the
Yeah.
back end there. I think they're going to just be too much damage.
Nah.
Yeah.
This
I-
brother's got
Yeah.
2 heals.
He hasn't got enough. He hasn't got enough damage on my front line.
No.
Yeah.
It could go either way. I get what you're saying. Totally.
I think he's going to.
But-
I think he's going to pull you apart from the back, and then focus on your flash golem. I just don't see your fleshy hitting his Pellicor fella often enough or hard enough to really.
And I don't have enough speed there for sure.
Yeah. I'm going to give it to Gio.
We'll see.
Yeah, let's have a look. Any other predictions, Bob? You got some thoughts?
Yeah, it just depends on how well the Earth Elemental holds up there with his healing. But
I think
I think might
sorry.
let Mick down a bit here.
I think I think Mick has longevity with the healing and the strength and I don't know. So this is either going to go in my favor and I'm going to dodge shit, or
Yeah,
he's just going to tank all of my hits.
Yeah,
and
I'm
just
actually going to give it
regen.
to Mick because you're quite scattered there. I mean, you got scatter shot, you got sneak, you've got
It's
opportunity,
blast, right?
so you're all over the place.
It's
So yeah, I'm
blast
going to
full
give this
set.
one to Mick.
Yeah. All right, let's
All right.
play.
Find out
Let's
soon enough.
play.
Yeah, I think the blast is going to make all the difference.
Yeah, I'm worried about the blast for sure.
Yeah, I never thought about the blast. Yeah, that's way too much now for the tree to handle with the opportunity smashing in the middle. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh,
there's
that was-
the speed. That's the problem.
I don't know how you caught this one, Matt. That was a really good call. But that flesh golem, dude, that's tanking so much.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you had llama here, the outcome would be different, I imagine, because
With
last
the
stand
heals.
flesh golem is
Yeah.
an absolute monster.
Well, so called that one wrong. So Geo's unbeatable at the moment.
Oh, well, so far. I mean, I've been beaten the first few games in earlier shows, so
Yeah.
I think I deserve this little
Yeah.
good run that I'm on.
Yeah, but at least
Yeah,
it was a
got
decent
some
battle
good luck
after.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a decent battle after that. That I don't even know what to call our battle, Matt. We can't even call it a battle. It was just like, it was just, yeah.
It was Matt Swamp.
It was well done, well done.
Yeah. Alrighty, so we'll wrap that up then. That's episode 30, 30 episodes strong. And remember, if you're watching this and you would like us to analyze and break down one of your battles, just drop a link in the comment section below. If you'd like to come on the show, drop a link in the comment section below or hit me up on Discord. My Discord details are in the blog section. And remember, every week, the person who writes a comment that generates the most engagement will receive 10% of the post rewards. We love engagement. Any questions, anything you've got, or something we were talking about that we weren't sure, just comment. We love engagements, and I do reply to every single comment. Any final words from anyone?
It was a really good night. I mean,
Yeah.
just while it lasted, I had fun. So thank you,
Yeah.
Mick, for coming on. And
Yeah.
again, thank you, Bob and Matt, always.
Yeah, you get 4 Aussies
Nice.
on the show, and it's just
Yeah, nice to have somebody without an accent, Yeah, so if you want to talk about a match, if you want to talk
Love
about
you, Matt.
my match with Bob, just in the comments, just get it in there.
Yeah, assuming that match
Too
actually gets
funny.
through. I think there was an issue with the editing on that particular battle, so hopefully it does come through. But it's also much like sometimes we're organizing time slots with people with like 12 to 15 hours difference. So
It's
yeah,
real difficult.
Makes for a lot of fun when you're doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of back and forth on Discord, like this time, oh, this is 4 o'clock in the morning for me. Oh, whoops. Okay. Let's try this time. Oh, this is midnight. It's always fun.
Yeah.
But then it's just great when it all comes together. Great conversation. So thanks for coming on, Mick.
Yeah, no, pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Any final words from you, Matt?
No, we're good. I got someone to get to bed.
Behind. Yeah. All right. Okay. Thanks for joining us.
Good
Look
night,
forward to
gents.
seeing you in episode 31. I'm Bob
Bye,
Fan.
guys.
Peace out.
Bye.